Today we're taking a look at Jamestown, the successes and failures. We've already taken a look at some of the early colonial settlements and looked at what were their challenges and what were their successes. Today we're going to take a special look just at Jamestown and do a little bit of a case study on this using primary and secondary sources to complete this examination. So let's take a look at this picture to start with. What are the colonists doing in the picture? Take a minute to look at the picture. People are watching others. Up in here you can see some people who look like they're supervising, so they're watching other people and what they're doing. You have people working. You can see some people carrying some wood here. It appears that they're chopping down some wood over here, carrying things off the ship over here. So you do have some people that are working. And then building. You can see that from the fence structure that is being built in through here. And then finally, unloading the ships, which also ties in with people working. So the question is, why are the people in this picture engaged in these activities? Jamestown was one of the first successful colonies in North America. This colony was established in Virginia in 1607. Although Jamestown was a successful colony, the colonists initially experienced great difficulty in establishing their colony. And again, over on the right, you see another picture of a rendering of the Jamestown settlement. And the fact that you have a ship out here and you've got their entire colony surrounded by a fence. Why do you think the entire colony would be inside of a fence? I want you to think about that as we go through our lesson today. Okay, what I would like you to do is take out this worksheet and we're going to start completing this first one together. So we're going to take a look at what do they do, and that's what I have on the PowerPoint here for you to take a look at. So the number of settlers in 1607 is in our first column here. The number of settlers in the spring of 1608 and the settlers in the fall of 1608. And what you're taking a look at is what were their occupations when they arrived. So as you're taking a look at this, you can see council member. Think of that as like a government person. 1, 6, and then 2. Gentlemen, 28, 28, and 26. I want you to think of gentlemen, and here what it's talking about is those people who typically had people work for them. They didn't typically go out and do any work themselves. And in the first group they did bring 21 people to help them as laborers, with 6 tailors and a jeweler. And in later ships you can see they had fewer laborers, but they started having some other specialized individuals. Preacher, carpenter, blacksmith, tailor. And then in the fall you can see that you have even fewer laborers, a few less gentlemen, and specialized labor. You can see that it is getting fewer and fewer. So now if we take a look at our chart, the first column in the chart is asking, is this a primary or secondary source? And we should know that it is a primary because it is written firsthand by John Smith. So if you take a look at the bottom here, and this is on your worksheet as well, adapted from John Smith's proceedings. So this is written directly from John Smith's hand, making it a primary source. So what are the positive influences? They had a variety of occupations. Look at all the occupations over here that shows you the different things that they did. And then the second largest group was the laborers, so they brought people to work. What are the negative influences? There are no farmers. How are you going to start farming, planting, if you have no farmers? And then again, gentlemen. You had a lot of gentlemen. Remember, They are wealthy and do not do manual labor. They hire people to work for them. So there are too many gentlemen in that first one. Now that we have completed the first one as a class, you are going to work in groups and complete the assigned resource. You will be sharing your information with the rest of the class. So each one of you is going to be assigned one of the categories on this sheet that we took a look at earlier. You're going to be assigned one of these sources to take a look at, and you're going to complete this, and you're going to share your answers with the rest of the class. Those of you who were not in class when we completed this, you will need to go through and complete all the sources on your own, or talk to one of your classmates and see if they can help you get in some of these notes.